And it is now 9:32, and that means it's time for Tillamook Today with our host today, Stacie Zuercher. Good morning, Stacie.
Good morning. Thanks for having me once again. Hello, Tillamook County. I am so excited once again to be here for Tillamook Today. Today, I am very excited to introduce Amanda Cavitt from the Tillamook Early Learning Center and Deanna Pearl from Tillamook Family Counseling Center. Hi, girls.
Oh, hi. Good morning.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, Amanda is the new executive director over at TELC. How's that going so far? You're kind of fresh and getting started.
Yeah, 2 weeks in, a week and a half. It's been really great. Everybody's been extremely welcoming. I think the Tillamook community is very excited to have a new director there.
Yeah.
And I've met a lot of new faces, and I'm just really, really excited to continue moving forward and meeting new people.
Yeah. And it sounds like tell me a little bit about what got you there, what draws you to childhood education.
Well, I've been in the early childhood profession since I was about 18 years old.
Oh,
and
boy.
I just kept flourishing and growing and becoming more and more passionate about it. I was very fortunate to work with some very innovative people throughout my career. And I was a Montessorian for over 10 years. And then I moved into being an artist and owning my own business. And then I moved to Portland and fell back into early childhood education through Head Start, and really became passionate through that avenue again, being broadened in my services. And then we moved into Tillamook area about a year and a half ago. And when I saw the job opening up, I said, this is the direction that I want to start going.
Yeah. Well,
so
neat.
it was really, it was an exciting process, and I'm really happy to move into that position.
Great. Well, welcome to Tillamook then.
Thank you.
And Deanna's kind of new to our community over the last, year and a half as well?
Just June. I know it seems like forever.
Has it? Oh, it's just been since June.
Yes, June
well,
17th.
It feels like lifelong friends. So now tell me, you're with Tillamook Tillamook County Counseling, Tillamook Family Counseling, and you are the prevention coordinator.
I am the prevention specialist for the Tillamook County. Every county in the state is funded to have a prevention specialist in their county. Mm-hmm. And so I just happen to be the very lucky recipient of Tillamook County.
Yeah.
So I'm born and raised in the Oregon coast, so it was really nice to come back home.
Neat.
Yeah,
neat.
I'm living on the coast. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you've done this kind of work for a very long time, right?
I've been working in prevention since about 2007. I've been in education for almost over 20 years. Doing this kind of work is really meets my need of preventing or creating a safe and healthy community for me and my family to grow in. Mm-hmm. So it's a no-brainer for me to kind of look forward and going, how can I help our community move forward in a healthy way? And
you are a huge part of the Year of Health and Wellness.
Yes, I'm actually assigned to the task force upon the first week of my being here.
Oh boy!
This is one of the focuses I have of my position. It's a really nice to work with a cadre of people who really want to move forward and building and bringing Tillamook to a place of healthier living. Mm-hmm.
Well, so hot off the turnip truck, we just kind of slammed you right into action, and
Absolutely.
Amanda, you're getting a little bit of that too, aren't you?
I am.
Just
yes.
Wham bam, here you are. Let's get going.
Yeah.
There are so many great things going on in Tillamook, and so let's talk a little bit about April as the Year of Health and Wellness. It's the theme is surrounding child abuse awareness and early education. Mm-hmm. So, tell me a little bit about what we're doing. Deanna, as far as the activities going on for this month, because as we know, we've talked a little bit about the county commissioners assigning, the Year of Health and Wellness.
Yeah.
So now it's just kind of in full swing,
Right.
but we want to keep the momentum going. So tell us about what's happening.
Well, and on March 30th, I presented in front of the commissioners, and they did sign a proclamation that they are now supporting us in bringing out awareness of the April is National Child Abuse Awareness Month. That was very exciting because what that really does is shows the support in what we're doing. And so for this month, we really want to focus on the month of the healthy child, activities that for families to help come together in a safe and healthy community in a way that they can actually build resiliency and working together. And so on April 13th, a Wednesday, we have a family fun fair, which is very exciting it's just an open forum which people can come with their families, young children can come and and play together, because families that play together, they stay together. And that's prevention. So that's why I'm involved in this.
Neat. And so how does Tillamook Early Learning Center, what is your view, or what do you do to help with the community as far as education and outreach and really that early childhood development as a prevention measure? Amanda, do you have any thoughts about that?
Well, at the Early Learning Center, we really try to make sure that we have trained professionals. And with the Oregon Registry being in place, that's really a very important key factor. It's an umbrella that makes sure that we have teachers, providers in place that are well-trained, knowledgeable, and part of those things is training them on spotting possible cases of abuse. We spend a lot of time with children, sometimes 7:30 in the morning till 5:30 in the evening, and so we're a real advocate for them. What that means is having a good dialogue with parents, helping them understand, bedtime routines, good nourishment, coming prepared to school that day. And those are little things, but in the scheme of things, that's really big for a child's daily routine, their happiness, safety, stability. And then also, one of the big components of being in early childhood education, a professional, is that we're mandatory reporters. So we're really a voice for the child too, in some cases where they don't have a voice otherwise. And that, I think, the root of early childhood education, especially as what I can see from my staff at our school, is they're very passionate about the well-being of their students. And we make it a big practice to communicate with the parents, to communicate with staff, to bring in inclusion specialists as well as social services in cases where we see that can benefit the family and the children.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And the energy that those teachers must have to be for that age group is, it's a thankless job sometimes.
It's
but
a very
so
thankless job, but they come in every day very thankful for the job and the students.
Can you imagine, Stacie, the one time a day a kid gets to interact positively with an adult? That is huge in prevention. That's huge in that relationship building, and it's really important. And these people understand and that their importance to that child
and trust,
and that worked for me as growing up as a child as well, developing those community relationships. So,
well, we're going to take a little break here for just a moment. Rosenberg's, where can you go to find almost anything you need for home improvement? I'll tell you where to go. Rosenberg's. I kind of gave away the secret ahead of time, right? For over 50 years, Rosenberg's has been your local connection for anything you need to build and finish your house to perfection. Carpets, cabinets, paint, electrical, plumbing, nuts and bolts, fencing, windows, doors, and so much more. All these items in one place, but that is only part of the story. What really makes Rosenberg's your stop for home improvement is their people. Their knowledgeable, friendly staff is there to help you get through any project. Any question from what paint you should use to how to install a new shower valve, you can get the help you need to do it right the first time. Be sure to stop by their booth at the Home and Garden Show and enter to win the grand prize, a $1,500 Rosenberg's gift card. They'll draw for it and other prizes during the show. Build it, plumb it, wire it, paint it. Rosenberg's Builder Supply in Tillamook. Boy, I love them. I say it every time. I read this and I say it every time. Thank goodness for them, because whenever I need something, I'm the deer in the headlights person walking around and they're not knowing what I'm doing. And they seem to be able to identify that and not judge, or at least wait for me to leave.
Pretty helpful.
My car wants to turn in there often.
Exactly. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, this is Stacie with Northwest Senior and Disability Services, and I'm here with Deanna Pearl from Tillamook Family Counseling and Amanda Cavitt, the new Executive Director at Tillamook Early Learning Center, and we're talking about National Child Abuse Awareness Month and the activities through the Year of Health and Wellness that are happening in our community. So, Deanna, tell me a little bit about all these pinwheels. I keep seeing all over the place, for moments at least.
Yes. Yeah.
You kind of were the person that got this started and had this idea, and it's so fun.
Well, actually, I'm just one of the thousands of people who do the pinwheels for prevention. It started with the Children's Trust Fund around building an awareness around just the thought process. There's just not one person's job to be aware of child abuse. It's all of us as a community. And so so the Pinwheel Project is really an iconic and a visual reminder. As a community, we all are responsible for speaking out, especially with kids who don't have voices. So the blue pinwheels putting out in the community, it kind of makes you start looking like, what does that mean? And pinwheels are awesome. The wind, the blow, and so what we did,
and we have a little wind around here, right?
We have just a little bit of wind. we had to anchor them down.
It's really genius. We could be, lighting our houses with them,
right? So what we did was the early childhood department, they put a pinwheel garden out, the blue pinwheels. And one of the ways of getting others involved that couldn't put them out and display them in their garden, so to speak, is I made these beautiful blue pinwheel bouquets. And I presented them to every library in Tillamook County so we could really bring a voice or a visual voice to what's happening in our county. And each library took them and put them in some sort of display. I know the Tillamook Library here, Central Library, they created a whole display and a whole book display about around childhood abuse. And not only just abuse, about how you can build resilience in your kids. So books and all kinds of programs and videos and those kind of things around how we can build a resiliency in our families as well as our children. Mm-hmm. So that's the Pinwheel Project. And every year we try to do that. And I have been buying pinwheels right and left because they're disappearing because people love them.
Yeah, well, I'm sure any kid that I know that would walk by a whole, bunch of pinwheels, of course they're going to grab it because they're fun to play with.
Absolutely.
But the most important part is that it brings attention to this very important topic.
It does. It brings that collective understanding. Like there's something going on in our county, and I'm seeing these pinwheels, and there's something, something's going on. Mm-hmm. And so I also purchased extra ones. So at the end of the month, the YMCA is going to have that Kids Day,
right?
And I'm actually purchased some more so kids can walk away with pinwheels to highlight not only the fun, but also, again, the iconic idea that we're all a part of this issue and we're speaking out. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of where the Pinwheel Project came from. So it's been going on for, 15 years, and I'll continue doing it because it's amazing. This year working in Tillamook, everybody is so receptive to what we're doing, and I'm contributing that directly to the Year of Wellness and how we've really built this synergy around wanting to speak out and be in a community, to speak out for whatever issue it is.
The collaboration between the agencies here really is remarkable. It's blown my mind from the very first day that I moved back, and it continues to, month to month as all these new things are going on. So, and then you guys also lead a parenting program.
Oh,
is
yes.
that right?
Part of my job. So the prevention. I'm also in charge of the parenting program here in Tillamook County. We are a small little group of that has a small grant to help provide parenting classes here in Tillamook County. I am in one of a hub, which we have two other counties, which is Clatsop County and Columbia County. The Northwest Parenting Hub got a grant from the OSU and called OPEC, Oregon Parent Education.
Easy for you to say, right?
And we get a small amount to help really focus on providing parenting education. Well, we are actually a victim of our own success. We now have a need that we can't meet other than working with other partners. Wow. And so our program has two anchor parenting classes called Nurturing Parenting. One we're in the first month of right now. We have 15 families that are participating in this.
Cool.
Our first time we had 42 people participate in our parenting classes. That's the need. And then we work with all kinds of other organizations to leverage parenting classes. Family Fun Fair is a result of this. It's a family activity. Mm-hmm. Just have some focus on normalizing the support of parenting. Our children aren't born with books. And we as parents, we do what we know. And sometimes things change, especially with second generation parenting.
Sure.
The how you parent a second generation, say you're a grandparent parenting your grandchild, parenting has changed so much because the society and the community in which we live has changed. Mm-hmm. So giving those skills to put in that toolbox, that is what really we're passionate about. And oftentimes we help those parents identify that they do have the tools and what they are doing matters. And they remind I am doing what I need to be doing as a good parent.
So this isn't just for parents, it's for grandparents too.
Grandparents, yeah, absolutely.
And there's a big population, just coming from Northwest Senior and Disability Services, we've talked about that. There's a lot of grandparents that are, for one reason or another, raising a niece, a nephew, a grandchild, those kinds of things. And so it's really neat to have those resources out there and available.
Right.
And if somebody's interested in learning more about that, what's the best way to get more information so that they could sign up for future classes?
Well, we have flyers everywhere, but that doesn't always mean anything. You can call me my personal number, not my cell phone number.
I'd prank you.
Yeah, no kidding. Don't text me kitties.
Right.
You can call me at 503-842-8201, extension 270, and I will get back to you immediately. I just need to plug this in. Is when people look at parenting classes, we're not here to judge you. We're here to give you skills. So second time around parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, like I'm one. I adopted my niece. We're just here to help you find the tools in which to best help this child. It has no reflection on you. What we're saying is, here's another way to help you access services.
And probably there's some fellowship in the people that are participating as well, that they can get some support. And Amanda, tell us a little bit about, those effects of early childhood education and markers. We were talking about this a little bit yesterday.
Well, mainly it's, studies... I mean, it's a cliche saying, but studies have proven that children do more growth from the ages birth to 6 years of age. And it really sets up kind of the foundation for the rest of their life. So it's an important time for bonding, for social emotional development. It's an important time for language development. And so, if you put a child in an environment where they're coping, they certainly, they'll learn a lot of valuable skills. But if you put them in an environment where they're going to thrive, they're going to grow to be the productive people that we hope that they can become and that we're encouraging to be. So in early childhood education, it's important to us to make sure that we're doing careful observations and meeting a child where they need to be met and what their needs are. It's a very big task. I have a 20-month-old of my own. And as a parent, it's really important to me that not only me, my husband, her grandparents are a big part of her life. And now she's in the Tillamook Early Learning Center. It's important to me that she has adults that are trained, aware, and really passionate about those things. And then having in Tillamook, like you were saying, there's a huge synergy of these groups coming together. It's a really exciting thing to be a part of. I'm new to it, and I'm learning a lot and meeting a lot of new faces.
We'll give you a crash course.
But it's been really incredible to see those types of things.
So those things that you're talking about with that development, it sounds like these classes give people those tools.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
So we're going to take just another quick little break here, and sleep is far more crucial to health than you may realize. 25% of Americans report not getting enough sleep at night, and 10% say they suffer from insomnia. A lack of high-quality sleep can cause grogginess and fatigue throughout the day, but it can also lead to serious chronic diseases, including heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and obesity. Some tips for preventing sleep apnea and other sleeping disorders include quitting smoking, avoiding alcohol, caffeine, and heavy metals. Heavy meals 2 to 3 hours before bed, developing a regular sleep schedule, and keeping the bedroom dark, quiet, and cold. Sleep experts also recommend powering down cell phones, tablets, and the TV in advance of bedtime. Tillamook Regional Medical Center's Sleep Lab is designed with you in mind. To find out more, talk to the experts at Tillamook Regional Medical Center. They are committed to the health and wellness of our community. Again, this is Stacie with Northwest Senior and Disability Services, with Amanda from Tillamook Early Learning Center and Deanna from Tillamook Family Counseling Center. I love that I said heavy metals instead of...
I automatically
it's like
singing.
High school came back
That's
for a second. I don't know.
Minute.
My hair just got bigger thinking about it. Anyway, so we've covered a lot of ground. What are we missing here? Access for families, for services universally. It sounds like we've got that covered. There's a lot of different options out there for
There really
people.
is. Connecting people to services is oftentimes we get siloed in the counseling center is just for this, or the Head Start is just for this, or the CARES is just for this. And really what the synergy with this year of wellness is that we're all starting to work together and how to refer to each other. I just got a phone call. I just referred someone to you the other day.
Yeah.
And it was really kind of nice because I was seen as someone who works with families and kids, so therefore they called me and ends up being a second generation. I mean, all these wonderful synergies come up, and that's very exciting because when we're raising my child, who is almost 17, and her child, which is just about 2, in a community in which we're all looking out for each other, creating a safe and healthy environment, these kids will have no option but to make healthy choices, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Or parents are going to find out about it.
Yeah.
I remember in high school, my very first speeding ticket, my dad knew before I got home.
Yeah.
Like, hey, wait, what's happening?
Yeah. I've had phone calls.
So those eyes and ears in our little community are fantastic.
And that's really what it is. And once we start turning our eyes and ears on to things that's going on, that maybe as a parent, I'm a single mom, and maybe what I'm not seeing, someone else can see. And that goes along with identifying someone who needs support. And maybe they need someone to talk to. Or maybe there's a service that they need a 800 number to call, like a suicide hotline or what have you. If we turn our ears and our eyes on, heck, we have a safer and healthier community just doing that. And building relationships and trust. So that's really what prevention is about.
Time.
It is, absolutely.
And there's been, I mean, I think that the coalitions and all these collaborations have been going on for years. Like, so much great work has been done, and it just continues to be. And so it's very exciting. And then, do you want to talk a little bit about the Opiate Summit?
Yes, I do.
April 28th?
That is an exciting collaboration by the state of Oregon, our national CCO, as well as our Oregon Lines for Life. And really what's happening is there's a growing epidemic on opiate and opioid addiction, which starts with medication. And what's happening is that people are trying to understand really how it impacts you and it impacts me, and even a bigger picture, how it's impacting our environment. Not just the addicts or the recovering addicts, but the environment itself. And so, how do you practice safe getting rid of the medication? How do you keep people safe from mail order fraud or theft? Or how do you know when to say yes or no to the medication as well? And so, we're really kind of trying to talk about, it's not just about the doctor's problem. It's not just about the parents. It's all of our issue around how we're going to approach pain management, and then how we're really going to look forward to creating a safer community in which we can dispose of these things safely.
Right.
And so,
they don't go out down the into our water systems and things like that.
Right. And so it's no one person's fault. And that's the thing of what happens when we get siloed. We need to work together, much like the Year of Wellness. We're working together and systematically as how we all can support this.
Sure.
And the impact. And now knowing how maybe we can impact something at the front end instead of at the back end, when it becomes a real crisis. So it is a free education on Thursday, April 28th in Seaside. You're welcome to go. You could just call them up, register. It is $25. That's basically to cover the fee of the space.
Sure.
But you're going to get leading experts on opioids, how the new laws are coming down the pike around prescription, and those kind of things, pain management, the cost of pain management, and how we can negate some of that cost by managing a little bit differently. So this is a really good, if you're interested in attending, it's North Coast Opioid Summit, Moving Communities to Action, and how, again, we all take it as a grassroots our issue. Thursday, April 28th from 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. at the Seaside Civic Center in Seaside. I myself am going to be going, and I will be renting a van if we want to convoy up there. So if people are interested, I'd be more than happy to help to cover that cost of transportation up there.
That's fantastic.
You can call me at 503-842-8102, extension 270 at the Tillamook Family Counseling Center.
And listeners, if they didn't catch a number or later go, who was that? They can always call the radio station here too, and they can give them a little bit of information.
And they say there's scholarships available. So
Good.
if $25 is out of your and you want to send multiple people,
Yeah.
give them a call. They want more people to come than not come.
Sure, of course.
And these people are awesome. They're just wonderful.
And so the other thing that makes me think of is, what do we do when we see these situations where a parent really needs help and maybe has some challenges surrounding things like that? Amanda, as far as, really putting your arms around that parent that they're dropping their kids off and that things are going on.
Well, as Deanna was saying, there's a lot of partnerships going on, and there's a lot of relationships being built. And so what's really great is we have the ability to speak with those parents and give them resources immediately, which is really important.
Sure.
That means that if we see something that we feel like really needs some early intervention, we have resources available to us. And that's really what we do. We want a family to feel like we're there to help them. Right. And so it's a discussion with them, figuring out what their long-term plan is, perhaps understanding what's going on in that child's life, maybe
Right.
that's outside of school, and putting it back in their hands as much as we possibly can to see them succeed. So that's our direction that we go.
That's amazing.
Yeah, oftentimes families in crisis, they don't feel like they have choices. But if we can approach them in a way that's positive, say, hey, we're here to support you, non-judgmental. Let's help you make your crisis easier. And we are compassionate. And really, that's the message, is that there are compassionate people out there who really want to see their family stay together. And build resiliency and move forward as a family, not break them up.
Right.
And to see the children succeed in their
Right,
next phase
right.
in life.
Yeah.
Because there's always a transition around the corner. So whatever that transition may be, we want to be able to help them facilitate that.
Awesome. So a few little announcements really quick. The sponsors for today's show were Rosenberg's Builder Supply and Tillamook Regional Medical Center. Birthdays to Ted Tufel, Josh Balmer, and Norma Kimball. Monday, Oregon Extension, the OSU Extension Office and Master Gardeners has their plant sale coming up. I'm excited about that. It's springtime, sun's shining. Well, maybe not right now, but it has been. Senior meals are noon every weekday at the Kiwanis Center in Pacific City. The cost is $3 for seniors and $6.75 for anyone that's not a senior. Senior meals are also available at 11:30 a.m. at St. Mary's by the Sea in Rockaway Beach every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tomorrow, Saturday, from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., it's Kiwanis Dollars for Scholars on Coast 105, raising money for Kiwanis scholarship programs. So all the Kiwanians will be here and taking shifts to have people call in and donate money and all that. I mean, thousands of dollars goes to kids that are graduating at the high schools here in Tillamook County so that they have scholarships and resources. And the Home and Garden Show tomorrow and through Sunday is at the fairgrounds. So Amanda and Deanna, thank you so much for coming today. And it's really a pleasure getting to know you and welcoming you to our community and hearing about all this amazing work that you're doing. And I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.